The one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. live on Team GRF TV. I had to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And yo, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 8, Episode number 5. Grannies Gone Wild. See, this is a moral I can appreciate because it's a moral that is near and dear and close to me. There are a reason why our elders are our elders. You know, I say this from this perspective. There is no me without all the OGs that I came up to and all the listening trees that I've had the pleasure and privilege to be under, that it helped me get a lot wise a whole lot sooner than other people around me. And on top of that, people used to tell me I got an old soul. And it made sense, like, the more and more that I sat up under my elders just trying to sit up here and absorb and learn, because they've been there and they've done that. And even though that you were a young kid and you sit up here and you still make your mistakes, you wouldn't have the one and the only without all those learning trees that I've been under. That's why, you know, that my vibe is a lot different than everybody else, because I've had that opportunity to sit down and listen to my elders and get under, like I say, and get under those learning trees and become a better me than I would have been without that advice, without hearing those stories, without those people going through what they've been through and imparting on me that wisdom that makes us all better. The episode itself has nothing to do with anything I just said. But that's what that episode reminded me of and meant to me. And I'm glad that this is a lesson that this show is imparting on everyone who watches it. Just because your elders get up in age don't mean that they can't have fun, that they can't do their thing, that they can't rock the show. It don't mean any of that. Yeah, they have to be a little more careful so they don't hurt themselves and things like that you don't want to take it too rough. But the pressure that Applejack put on Rainbow Dash to try to keep the girls in line, all it did was ruin their fun. That's all it did. And it's like the lesson was already implanted, like, right when it happened, and you knew what the ultimate result was going to be, that Rainbow Dash was going to get a chance to get on the Wild Blue Yonder with the Golden Horseshoe Gal, and that was going to be the ultimate thing. But along the way, there had to be that clash, because without it, there would have been no episode. There would have been no episode without the Rainbow Dash is worried about doing the right thing, and whether that's doing the right thing for the sake of doing the right thing, or doing the right thing from a semi-selfish place because she don't want grannies to hurt themselves. For the record, let it be said, Auntie Applesauce is a freak. Like, I'm putting that out there, internet. Like, she's sitting up her flirting with everybody. I'm just like, hey, they out there. Like, you looking for you, an older woman? Yo, they out there, yo. Yo, experience is the best teacher. Let's just put it that way. But again, like I said, I open this review with just that little blurb for me, and that's why this moral means so much. For the children that get a chance to absorb this message and understand that, yo, that's gonna be you one day, and you will hope and you'll pray that someone will care enough about you to come see you. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, as they get up and older, and because of the decisions they made, ain't nobody left around to fool with them. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody's willing to deal with you. However, in that, understanding and knowing that, yo, our elders are the backbone of our world, because as they pass on to the next generation, and the next generation everything that they learned. So even when they ultimately leave us, they always leave us with something that give us a chance and a hope of a better tomorrow for what they went through yesterday and the day before that. And that's important too. It's like this same lessons is just as important for everybody else who watches this show, who they say shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird or whatever. But my point is, we, as those who are a little bit older than the target audience for this show need to remember that, yo, our elders still, as long as they are with us, have something to offer us. Taking the time to talk to someone who is up in age, you will get a lot of wisdom because they've had a lot of time. They've been there. They've done it 2-3 times. And they can show you the world in a way that you could never see on your own. So, if you've ever like thought about like asking someone you know who's a bit up in age a question, don't be hesitant to ask. If you know they're open enough to answer your questions, sit down under that listening tree and absorb it. Make it yours, because whatever it is they impart on you will make you better than what it was before you asked the question. And trust me, I'm living proof. Again, I appreciate this episode because, like I said at the top, you wouldn't have the one and the only that you love without all those learning trees that I've been under and all the OGs that took care of me as I was coming up in the hood. Like, thank you. Just put that out in the ether that I appreciate that. Like, the one person I can really think about for real that I really want to give a shout out, man, I want to give a shout out to my Uncle Petey, wherever he at. Like, I don't know if he'll ever hear this, but his learning tree was one of the most important learning trees that I was ever under. And he always showed me love. He always took care of me, and I always appreciated that he did. And I ain't got nothing but love and respect for him. And wherever he is, just know I love you, Uncle Petey, you know what I'm saying, for showing me that love. I'm like, all the OGs that I've come up with that, you know, that sat up here and saw something in me to be like, yo, nephew, let me impart something on you. You don't get me without those interactions. And this episode was just a nice reminder of understanding that, yo, our elders still in this day and age have something to offer us because they have seen this world evolve and change in a way that you won't for quite a while. Absorb and learn from it. This episode, regardless of all of the me more getting into the moral love, was a great episode. Like, yo, the Gold Horseshoe Gals, they murdered this episode. Like, they wanted to sit up here like, yo, we gonna show you, like, we're gonna go to bed. Nah, we finna kick it. Like, we kick it every year. And because what it is, we gonna kick it. It's like, I really hope before this is done, we get another episode with the Gold, with all 5 Gold Horseshoe Gals, with their newest member, Rainbow Dash. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope we get more of them, because I'm like, this episode was off the chain, and I'm like, this episode, like, I love it. I love it. This is like the first episode in a real while that not only because of what I appreciated from my personal view, and the episode was off the chain, like, yo, I just appreciate this episode in a special way. So thank you, show, for giving me that. And just making the more feel so good. So remember, y'all, respect your elders, treat them with love and kindness, and always be ready to take a listening ear if they have something to say. Because, yo, they've been there and they've done that, and they've seen this world evolve and change, and they'll have something for you to make you think about something in a way that you never have before. That shall be that for me. I'd like to thank all of you for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks on My Little Pony. Friendship is Magic Season 8, episode number 5. Grannies Gone Wild. Woohoo! Coming now for your free reading. Who's the father of the baby? Go and get up out of here, man. The one and the only. Triple the G.O.D. I'd like to thank you guys one more time for joining me live for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks on live on TGRF TV. And with all of that being said, I'll house you guys next time, man. Peace out.